Hey guys, Super Jen here, and we are taking one more day of break because it is my break, and I can, and I do what I please, as you have all noted. Anyway, today we're playing a game I've wanted to do for pretty much ever since it came out, but due to the time limits, I didn't think I'd ever be able to. But there are no time limits, so let's take a break with Doodle God, and we're already all ready to go. Just go ahead and play. Yes, nobody cares about iPhone. In the beginning, there was only Doodle God. Doodle God created the 4 basic elements. Hopefully this is not too loud. From Earth, Doodle God created the planets. From water, seas and oceans were created. I hope this is semi-readable. From fire were created volcanoes and other stuff. From air, well, you know, air. Well, they didn't say that there, but I did. But the world was still vast and deserted. And then Doodle God was struck with a bright idea. What if I combined the basic elements to create new ones? This was a fantastic idea. And Doodle God began creating new elements, such as worm, tree, clay, dolphin. I guess dolphins egg. Wow, there's so much to combine, so much to create, like humans, boats, cars, and airplanes. And now, welcome to Doodle God. Our goal is to create 115 elements from the 4 that we already have. Sounds crazy, I know, but it'll be awesome. So let us combine fire and earth to make lava. Delicious lava. And there's also humorous text down here. Volcano, a mountain with hiccups. Okay, those ought to be readable at least. And now we are just free to play around as we please, so let's get started. From air and earth, we get dust. A peck of March dust is worth a king's ransom proverb. And I'm turning this down because the hallelujahs are getting on my nerves. Alright, let's try air and fire. From air and fire we get energy. Excess is the common substitute for energy. Marianne Craig Moore. Energy is very important, and we will be using it soon, but not yet. So let's not do that. Alright, we've combined air and earth and air and fire, so it's time for air and water, which creates steam. Delicious steam. Mode of providing steam power to locomotives. John Erickson. Kind of boring. Okay, that's pretty much it for air for the moment. Let's do fire. We already did fire and earth, so let's go with fire and water. Whatever could this produce? Alcohol. Well, alright. Let's go into water and earth to create the swamp. Very, very important element. Where do ill frogs go? The hospital. That fails. I'm sorry, but it does. Alright. And you can mix elements from the same group, like making vodka from water and alcohol. Call me what you like, only give me some vodka, a Russian proverb. I think that was kind of sarcastic. And the water and vodka thing, I mean. Anyway, alright, let's get serious. Let's mix water and lava. Oh, an important combination and one I forget about frequently. To make stone and steam, which we already had steam, but stone. Very, very important building block. So, let us combine it with fire. Sure, why not? And make metal! When the iron is hot, strike. John Haywood. And we're about done with metal for the minute. So let us combine energy and the swamp to create life. Very important building block as well. And let me point out some features right here. This takes you back to the main menu. This is what you click on if you get stuck. Here's a list of all the combinations that you've tried, and this is pretty much just what to do. Alright, so where were we? We have created a swamp. Let's add a stone. Earth and swamp? Maybe not. Oh, let's try stone and water. To make sand. Oh, that's right, we have life. And we need to start creating things from life. Not from air. Life in earth does not work. Life in stone, however, makes the egg. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, proverb. That is a very not useful proverb. But this egg in earth makes a dinosaur. Yes, our first animal is a dinosaur. From Greek, dinos, terrifying, and sauros, lizard, Merriam-Webster. And we're not... sure, let's play around with the dinosaur for a minute. Let's set it on fire. How's that sound? Sounds like a dragon to me. I think the dragon's asleep. Famous last words. Famous last words in this are usually really great. But we have more important elements to tend to. Like this egg in a swamp. To create a lizard. What do you call a lizard that sings? A reptile? Seriously? Well, obviously not seriously, but that's horrible. More life. Life from water. Makes weeds. Bless my weeds, proverb. That makes no sense. But sure, whatever. Alright. And life from the swamp creates bacteria. Why did the amoeba cross the road? It was time to split. Oh, boy. Horrible jokes. Well, we have created a very important category. These guys are the building blocks of life. So let's try weeds and earth for a mushroom. It's not poisonous. More of those famous last words. Now, mushroom, not so much. We'll get use out of it later, but no, that doesn't work. However, bacteria in earth also does not work. Bacteria in a swamp, however, produces the worm and sulfur. Sulfur is an element I usually forget about, so I'm glad I got that one early. I do have a walkthrough that I've written for this game, but I'm not using it yet. That just did not seem right. Bacteria and water also creates plankton. This will be... Actually, I'll go ahead and use that now. This is another combo I often forget. Plankton and earth. No. Oh, and this is the music for... You did good, but you didn't create anything new. And I'm going to stop reading those because I think you can read them yourself. If you can't, I'm sorry, but it's just getting tiresome. However, plankton and stone creates a shell. And a shell and stone makes limestone. Also important, also usually forgettable. But right now we're not... Oh no, we have one more thing to do with limestone. Mix it with water. Or not. Okay. Alright, so what else can we do? Sand in a swamp. Clay. Clay is very important. You can combine it with fire to make bricks. Useful tool. We now have the construction category now. Clay, that's what I'm looking for. When mixed with... No, that does nothing. Let's bring life into clay. To make the golem. But somehow that golem just doesn't seem lively enough to me. Give him more life. And make him human. Hooray! We have made the human race. I'm sorry. Well, now that we have a human, let's set it on fire. Because I'm mean. And that makes a corpse. And everybody knows bringing a corpse back to life is no good, for it creates the zombie. And right now we're done with zombies. Let's combine humans. Alright, we have created sex. Excellent. I'd like to say this is frequently useful, but in this game, no, it actually isn't going to get used again. Alright, life into sand makes seeds. Delicious seeds. And... ooh, we're still missing some things in this category. Hooray, we have made a beetle. And also with this beetle, sand beetles are scorpions, and it too is supposedly not poisonous, according to the famous last words of some idiot who picked up a scorpion. Alright, so what do we have? Ah, we have seeds, and we have earth. Let us plant these seeds, and make a tree. And now, we burn down the tree. Because we're just weird like that. 2 piles of ash and some coal. Coal also important for later things. And for things right now, as a matter of fact. Let's combine coal and water to make oil. Disgusting! But it will be important later. And now you can see why I didn't want to do this before, because it is long. Let's combine a plankton with the earth. Oh, that makes worms. Yeah. There's a particular combination I'm trying to remember. And that isn't it either. Let's try putting weeds in the swamp. See what they grow into. Moss! Excellent! That's what I was looking for, and didn't even know it. Because when you put moss onto the earth, it becomes grass. And of course, everybody knows what I like to do with grass. Burn it! To make... oh, tobacco. Well, never mind. I hope I'm not going by too fast on these. I keep forgetting that not everybody reads as fast as I do. Right. So we have tobacco, we have grass, we have a tree. We're missing some things. Very important things. Let's try combining humans with stone to make a hut. And now we have the tools category, which is not what I was going for. Well, it was, but that was what I was going for. We need tools. Tools are very, very useful. Make all sorts of things, like weapons. Weapons are fun. What happens when you give a human a weapon? Oh, he becomes a hunter. But maybe that's not enough weapons? Yes, now we have made a warrior. So let us send this warrior, brave and valiant, up against the dragon. And he becomes a hero and leaves blood behind. Blood. Blood! Yep, we just created a vampire. Never run with a wooden stake. That's funny. Right. So what were we doing? Oh, we were using tools on things. To make poison. Because we are just mean like that. Well, speaking of poison that we just made from mushrooms and tools, let us put this poison on a weapon. And get a poison weapon. Not too surprising. But what happens when you give a human a poison weapon? He becomes the assassin. Okay, well that's enough of that direction for now. Let's make some more strange and scary things by combining life with ash to make the ghost. That was it. What else can we do? Ah, we do have a very important thing. Lizard and earth to make the beast. And what is the birth between humans and beasts? That's just a domestic animal. Sacred cows make the best hamburger. Mark Twain. That's a good one. That was worth reading. And what happens when you use a human on domestic animals? We get wool, meat, and milk. Delicious. And now we have the food category. We're still missing a category though, but we'll be working on that. Right now, as a matter of fact, because we have tools and we have a tree. And when you combine these things, you get wood. Right. But what can be done with this wood? Shape it into a wheel and get the last group, the transportation group. So let us combine the wheel with the wood. Not the tree, the wood. Construction. Yay! And we have made a cart. Now we're missing something important with this cart. So let's go ahead and mix steam with metal to make steampunk. Or a boiler. And this is why the coal was so important. The coal that I usually forget about. Because now we have a steam engine. And when we combine the steam engine with a cart, we now have the locomotive. Hooray! And I don't remember any of the other combinations right at the moment, so we're going to move on to something else. Like air, an egg, to make birds. Birds are important. So we're going to kill them. No, I'm not kidding. Hunter and bird provides feather, which we will need later on. But we're still missing something kind of important that we will need that for. So let us combine moss and swamp. That was not it. Perhaps it was moss and water? The fern and water? The fern in the swamp. Grass in the swamp. Grass in the swamp. There we go. We have created reeds. And reeds are important because you can make things out of them with tools. Things like paper. And from paper, we can make smokes. Yep, we've made cigarettes. That's wonderful. How about a better use for paper? Let's try to come up with that. With the feather, we have written books. Books are wonderful. I like books. You know, when people study books, or, you know, energy, they become wizards. But of course, wizards are never satisfied with just a little bit of power. They need more power to become demigods. Alright, we're making some very, very good progress. Let's try combining oil with locomotive. No, that doesn't work. Nope, that doesn't work either. Hey, combining wood with water makes a boat! Boats are important. And if we combine it with metal, it will do nothing. I don't remember exactly what that one is. I haven't had to resort to my walkthrough yet. Pretty pleased about that. Alright, so what else am I missing? Ah! If you attach an animal to a cart, or a beast to a cart, it becomes a chariot. And to combine the chariot with metal does nothing. Cart with metal? Nope. Alright, so I don't remember. Okay, we're getting just about to the point where I'm going to start needing to use the walkthrough. But let's do a few more things. Like, create ceramic pots with clay and humans. And while we're on the subject of creating things, I already did that. Ah, here's a nice one. Domestic animal. Combine it with grass to get milk and fertilizer. Fertilizer is another one that I always have difficulty with, but it's important. You combine it with limestone, you get saltpeter. And if you know anything about chemistry, saltpeter and sulfur makes gunpowder. And of course, gunpowder in a weapon makes the firearm. And I believe that this one's not necessary, but we'll try it. Firearm plus human. Oh. Apparently, they're not allowed to use it. Okay, never mind. Alright, so we're still missing some things. Let's combine this ghost with a golem. Yeah, there's some sort of combination with ghost, and it's not occurring to me right now. Ah! Here's one we've forgotten. Air plus energy equals a storm. And a bird in a storm is likely to lose all its feathers or become a thunderbird. And of course I've not had enough of setting things on fire, so let's try that with the birdie. Don't worry, it becomes a phoenix. Now this is kind of a cool combination. I think this works. Phoenix and... No, I thought it worked. Oh well. Let's see. Ah, seeds plus human. Does not work. Maybe it was human plus grass? It's just about time for me to start resorting to the walkthrough just because I'm getting kind of... Ah! Nope. There's one I missed. Tools plus wool to make fabric. And of course, what are we going to do with fabric but put it on a human being to make clothing. And that's the end of that road, sadly enough. Let's go ahead and try out the idea function. So this is what happens. You come up with elements that may react. None of these things work. Tried that. Well, clearly we need to set something on fire. Because nothing else appears to be working. I've heard of getting... Ah! Cart and oil. Makes the car! I'm sort of like a lame single guy in a red sports car. Billy Corgan. I love Billy Corgan. I was a big fan of Smashing Pumpkins back in the day. And of course the air car becomes the airplane. So what is it? Maybe if I combine a boat with more wood. It'll get bigger and become a ship. And with creating the ship, we can now combine it with metal to do nothing. Maybe if we combine it with oil. No, I'm skipping a step. Ship in the steam engine to create the steamship. And then we can combine that with metal to do absolutely nothing again. Maybe oil? Coal? Nope, you're gonna be a pain in the rear, aren't you? Could have sworn it was metal. Alright, it's just about time for us to be doing something with that. I already did that. That's what I needed it for. Okay. I'm just about to give up and consult the walkthrough because I'm starting to get nowhere. And there's a very important one that I can't put my finger on how to get it. I'm missing. Maybe if we combine domestic animal with the earth. No? Nope, gotta consult it. I'll try not to be too long. Ah, ha ha ha. Tools and the earth create a field. That's what I was looking for. What do you do with a field, of course, but sow seeds in it to make wheat. Delicious wheat. And of course, the important thing that wheat has contributed to us, you can mix it with alcohol and make beer. The mouth of a perfectly happy man is filled with beer. I don't actually care much for beer. I mean, some of it's good. It's just not something I normally drink for pleasure. But we have more sundry things to do with wheat, like grind it with a stone to make flour. And of course, flour and water to make dough. And then dough, of course, you bake in a fire. And we have bread. And Marie Antoinette had no idea what was coming to her, and deserved it. Okay, so what's some other things I've missed out on? Ah! Here's kind of a strange one. I'm not entirely sure how you're supposed to figure this out on your own, except just playing through everything. Let's mix a corpse and a zombie. I was trying this earlier and I couldn't remember what it was. Cool! They're scary. And that was the end of that evolutionary path, unfortunately. But we're not done with these strange and unusual creatures. When a beast is bitten by a vampire, it apparently becomes a werewolf. Take that, Twilight. No, I'm not even going there. I'm done with this chain of conversation. Okay, I've got all these things. Oh, hey, there's something important that we've missed. I'm not entirely sure how to get it. This is great. In the meantime, entertain yourself with watching this worm go into the air to become a beautiful butterfly. Not greatly useful, but you know, it's something. I am still missing something. How do I get that? Ah, no. No, that doesn't work. Let's put this egg in the sand and see what hatches. A turtle. That was not what I was hoping for. Turtle in water? Lizard in water? Oh! Well, how about that? We have made a whale. Still not quite what I'm looking for. And unfortunately, I'm not entirely sure Takes a lot of thought. I mean, you're getting a nice little guide right here, but it's a pretty difficult game. There we go. There is the snake. And strangely enough, this was an important evolutionary tool. For we require snakes to put them in the water and make fish. Well, if you say so. And then with fish, we can combine them with beasts to make the dolphin. Oh, okay. I know one that I forgot that's very, very important. Fire and sand. Very simple. Makes glass. And when you make glass, well, I'm not sure. But I found another combination, so don't let it distress you. So let us combine. Where is it? There we go. Ship and fabric to make a frigate. Yes, frigate. And from frigates, what? Could have sworn. No, never you mind. Here, let's just have some limestone and clay, just to make you happy. Make cement. And of course, we mix cement with water to make concrete. Human zoo, indeed. And with concrete, we can fix up our little hut. No, we can't. Wood? How do we fix up our little hut? We bypass it. We make bricks. With concrete and bricks, we make the house. And if we add glass to the house, we make the skyscraper. Because apparently windows are not exactly... I don't know where I'm going with this. Alright. So we are just 3 elements short. I'm going to go ahead and bring this one up because I don't remember. Tree and life. Oh yes, the tree ant. How could I forget the tree ant? It is very, very creepy. Oh, I see one I missed. What, I mean, the moderate, the useful use of alcohol, the immediate use is to drink it and become an alcoholic. And we are missing one more thing. Whatever could it be? Oh, well, okay, there it is. When you combine energy and metal, that makes electricity! And apparently we don't need it for anything, because we're done. And it looks like that's the end of the game. And the next episodes. Which path will the development of the world creation take? What other fantastic inventions will Doodle God make? Maybe technological disaster will throw the world to the Stone Age. What creatures will inhabit the planet? Or maybe world will take the path of magic. Perhaps the Doodle God himself will descend from heavens and take on adventures personally. Well, so far none of these things have happened. However, there is another fantastic game in the same vein, but I'm not going to do it right now because, well, we're getting ready to restart with Alien Syndrome, and we really need to. But there's also something else coming up. Obviously, we're going to do Dynasty Warriors like, well, I can't say like normal. There's a little bit of a surprise there, too. So I hope you've enjoyed these Let's Take a Breaks, and wait in a fever of anticipation for the resumption of Alien Syndrome, a surprise in Dynasty Warriors, and a big, fat surprise on Sunday. Alright, See you later, degenerates.